What's up, y'all? It's Trenius and you're tuning into the most infamous Living Realm Network. Divine powers are always working for us. Why? Somebody got it. I heard you. Teleptically speaking, because we're trying to do right. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing, man. Been trying to keep up with all the speak up, let your voice be heard comments, and trying to reply to everybody as fast as I can. As you know, I've been on it because I probably talked to you. But yeah, seriously, guys, and I thank you so much for all you people out there who's been sharing the videos. I actually see it come up on my phone in the application I got. I know who you are, pointing you out specifically. Just the other day, I pointed out a particular RIM team member and posted her on my Instagram because she shared the most videos on the infamous Living Realm Network. And I do things like that. Like, I'm real genuine and real sincere. So that's why when I say share videos, I'm not just saying it for the benefit of me or anything. Like, I really want to make, everybody special and whatnot, and have links going to your page, your Instagram, so everybody can know that you're a RIM team member trying to make yourself better, other people's lives better, and the world a better place. As you already know, we're on the Maximum Focus Challenge. So this is the 25th of this month, guys. I told you yesterday, we're slowly but fastly approaching the end of the month, and it's coming fast. And we got deadlines to meet. That's just the reality that we live as motivated, ambitious individuals who trying to always increase ourselves and make ourselves better than we was yesterday. It's just that we don't have enough time in the day no more. Have you ever noticed like this year is just going by so fast? Well, it's not that the year is going by fast. It's just that once upon a time you weren't really doing anything, and so the days were long. But now, when you're doing so much things in one day and you got that maximum focus, it seems like you don't have enough time in the day, and so your mind automatically triggers in your conscious brain, your conscious mind. It says, you know what? The day is going by fast. Like, this year is going by fast. That means you're doing something right. That means you're getting a lot of stuff done. So guys, make sure that you're actually using maximum focus to focus on the things that you want to focus on, to bring them to your reality, things that you want to bring into fruition. You have to have maximum focus. You have to tune out all the negative energy around you, and everything quiets down. So with that being said, guys, let's get right down into it. How to turn your intelligence into action for profit. Now, this is something that wasn't easy even for me, and I talked to a few friends of mine, and it wasn't even easy for them. So what I want to start off by doing is explaining a little bit about purpose, guys. There are a lot of people out there who have purposes, and there are a lot of people who don't have purposes. Now, I want to talk to the people who have purposes. One thing you got to do is you got to recognize your gifts, your talents. And all gifts and talents are things that you're very good at, you dealing with people. You got to kind of ask yourself before you go to sleep at night. You got to say, you know what am I good at when it comes down with other people? And like, you just got to really think long and hard about this. Like, what am I actually good at when it comes down to dealing with other people? What do people like about you? Ask yourself this question and hear yourself answer. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to think about this. What do people like about you? Yeah, I heard some of you say, my looks. Your looks came to your mind. I heard some of you say the way I dress and stuff like that. Okay, for instance, if it was that, you would be an influential person. Like, you must be an influential person. So if you're an influential person, then you must be a leader. And I know all of us here on the RIM team are like leaders, but that might not be your purpose. Your purpose might not be like necessarily the top dog of the group, the top wolf of the pack. You might be somebody that's just sitting in the back, doing the behind the scenes work. And you know what? That is a leader as well, because I swear I just had somebody to do my makeup before I got on camera. Somebody just did my hair. Can y'all tell it's a little different? Like, I just had somebody working behind the scenes. See, you don't know things like that, but it's the importance of things that goes on that you know how to do well that nobody else can do. I think I posted a status like this on my Facebook, guys. So if you ain't on Facebook or anything like that, I totally understand. But if you are on Facebook, make sure you'll follow me, guys, so that you can see all the things that we're doing on the infamous Living Realm Network and whatnot. But it's very important that you know your purpose. And it takes some time out your day to really figure out what your purpose is. You gotta do self-analysis, self-observation, self-improvement. You gotta really spend some time studying yourself in order to really find out your purpose. Y'all know it took me like a whole year to really find out what my real purpose is. It took me like a whole year, man. And in this whole year, what I was doing was I was reading self-help books. I was reading about see, a lot of people, when they trying to find a purpose, they try to find out what is it that they can do. But in order to do that, in order to know that, you have to find out who you are. So that's why I got a lot of life path number 11s watching this video right now, because you went through that process. You went through the process of self-analysis, where you looked up the information on your birthday and your horoscope, and what age matches up with your sign, and astrology and numerology and psychology and parapsychology and cognitive psychology and neurology and all this stuff for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what you gotta do. You gotta focus on yourself before you find out what it is that God made you for. So you got to kind of reanalyze all the things like you are at the moment, at the same time realizing like what it is that you've been through. You got to think about past circumstances and situations. Like, how did this circumstance make you feel when it happened? What do you think the lesson was? At this point in your life, what do you think the lesson is that the universe is trying to teach you? What have you been very good at? What seems to make you happy every day? What makes you happy? You got to think about all this stuff if you want to find out really truly who you are, in order to turn your intelligence into action for profit. So we're all intelligent people here on the Infamous Living Room Network. And by the way, guys, I'm going to definitely be emphasizing more on purposes, and how to find your purpose, and what to do with your passion, and how to turn your passion into a purpose for profit, for your good. But I got some videos on that stuff as well. So if you want to go through the catalogs or whatever and find those videos, just type in profit. When you go search for certain videos that I made, just type in purpose, and you will see all my purpose videos come up, guys. And it's over 450 something videos, so I'm pretty sure I have at least 20 videos on purpose already. But I'm definitely going to emphasize on that more as time goes on. So if you haven't found your purpose, that is okay. Trust me, we're going to find what purpose God made you for. Trust and believe. I guarantee you, we're going to find what purpose it is that you have for this very life. But anyway, guys, and we are all intelligent beings. And the whole thing is, I even met like some Harvard students, not too long ago, who was talking to me about the Living Room Network and stuff like this. And they were telling me about their major. Like, my whole number one question is always, what's your major? And they would say some stuff like, computer science, politics, or whatever, some stuff like that. But, I would always pop the question like, where you see yourself in the next 5 years? I always ask that question, and I always ask the question, what is your dream? Or where at the end of the day, where do you want to be with your career? And believe it or not, but even students of that caliber cannot answer this question. And it's not that nobody's better than nobody. I'm not better than them. They're not better than me. They're not more educated than me. But in my sense, I would say they are. But the truth of the matter is, guys, we have to have an action plan for the intelligence that we have accumulated. Like, you have smart people all over the world, but when you look at their life, career, and what they've accumulated and how much fruit they've bore on their tree, they might not have anything to speak for it, because they simply just didn't know that knowledge is different from specialized knowledge. Now, those of you who just not tuning in, I'm going to explain to you what knowledge is and what specialized knowledge is. Knowledge is when you just smart. Knowledge is the type of person that can just sit in a recliner, sit on the ottoman and just read all day long stories. And a lot of people might look inside their life and say, they are so smart. Why? Because they read books all the time. Or you might have a professor and he's just very, very good at math. He just knows all the science that you can possibly know about electrical energy, about biology. You might say, this dude is so smart. I've learned so much from, Dr. XYZ, but In all actuality, Dr. XYZ goes home in a small little hut, and his house is like a hoarder's, and he has books everywhere, and he's confused in his very own life because he doesn't really know how to turn knowledge that he has into action for profit and into specialized knowledge. And so this is the thing that troubles a lot of us Americans and people living on the face of the earth, guys. We are mostly all smart, but we just never had anybody to teach us how to use what we know, because the people that are trying to teach us how to use what we know never got to where we want to go. So we find ourselves backtracking and trying to figure out how is it that we should navigate in this world, knowing that we've been to college, we've got PhDs and degrees. Okay, nobody told me how to actually live and how to actually turn my mindset into reality. And so that's what we're doing here right now at Infamous Living Room Network, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure you subscribe so that you can stay up to date with all the videos that come out every single day, every 24 hours. Sometimes I'm uploading two a day, and that's the rate that I'm going at right now since it's approaching the end of the year. And so that's why I say, guys, make sure you share it. Make sure you turn me on to some of your friends or whatever, so we can all be in this thing together. You just don't want to suck up all this specialized knowledge by yourself. So anyway, so what you want to do is, once you've acquired all the knowledge that you can possibly acquire, then you have to kind of tone down your mind a little bit. When I say tone down your mind, what I mean is you have to kind of come back to reality. Have you ever heard people say come down to earth? Or you're dreaming, you're off, you're aloof. What they're saying is you have to kind of be realistic sometimes, and we love to be down to earth. Here's the difference. You have a great speaker, a great orator, somebody who's very good at rhetoric up there speaking, right? And you're like, oh my God, he speaks so well. She is so intelligent. Oh my God, he never messes up. She is the greatest speaker ever. But guess what? Everybody in their audience, nobody connects with her. They just hearing what she's saying and taking notes. And you know what people do with notes most of the time? We don't really read them. We just happy for the fact that we're actually taking them down. It makes us feel smarter when we're taking notes. But that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to go home and study them. That's just not what people do. We have too much things to do. We got parties to go to. We got people to tend to. We got deadlines to meet. It is towards the end of the month, right? It's 25th. We're on the Maximum Focus Challenge. We have too many things to focus on to go home and read notes. So you have this great speaker up here. Okay, now you have this speaker up here who is not so great. They don't really know their rhetoric. They're not a great orator. They actually seem like they're kind of from the hood or something. It's like, I don't want, when you first started hearing them, you're like, you know what? I don't know what the hell he's talking about. But then as the speech goes on and on and on, you kind of find yourself daydreaming in his speech, in her speech. Why is that? Now, why does this happen? Why does this effect happen versus the person who can speak so elegantly? Because this person is being real. Even though you don't know how to get to where you want to go, as long as you're able to be real, as long as you're able to come back down to reality and say, look, I know I'm kind of in a jam. I know I don't know exactly what I need to do. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just kick it with the homeboys. I'm going to just kick it with the homegirls and just chill out for a while. I'm going to just go home for a while and actually just hang out with my past friends from the neighborhood. Sometimes you got to just step out your comfort zone, just getting that fine education, having all the intelligence. And sometimes you got to just come back down to earth and just be solid. Go hunting. Take a trip in the woods. Because this is what your mind wants. If you don't know your purpose, you don't know what to do with all the intelligence that you have, where you find yourself in some kind of rut, stuck in a position or about to do a job that you don't want to do. You got an education that your parents want you to do, but you don't want to be a doctor. Okay, even though you have to be a doctor, even though you don't want to be a doctor, yeah, you're going to have to do that anyway. You know what? Since you got some time off, take this time out to balance your mind and to go do things that you used to do that made you feel excited, made you feel happy. Go hang out with a friend. Go on a date. Go take a shot. Go smoke a cigarette. But make sure with all these things that you do, make sure that you have a fine balance. Never go overboard. Never do anything that it get to the point where you start to abuse who you are as an individual, because that's what the mind wants. The mind is telling you, I don't understand. I'm smart, I'm intelligent, but I don't know how to put this intelligence into action for profit. So what you need to do is balance, relax. Okay, then after you do all the relaxing, once you do all the, you done took the trips in the woods, you done did all the camping with the your past girlfriends and all that good stuff. You done took your boyfriend out to the movies. Yeah, he didn't have any money. I know. Sometimes they be broke as a joke, but you come back to your establishment of your fine mind. You feel better. It feels like you're ready to go. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is how to have a fine balance between intelligence and action. How to have a fine balance between having knowledge and then using the knowledge for your very own good. Specialized knowledge. The word specialized doesn't really make any sense. Specialized really means dumbed down knowledge. So sometimes you have to dumb yourself down of all the knowledge that you have accumulated, just so it can weigh the Libra scales out. Okay, and once the Libra scales get weighed out, you'll be ready to go again. And then what happens next, guys, when you're in a whole nother dimension, because you've actually balanced yourself out, you've actually got the knowledge, and you've actually did specialized knowledge, and you put your knowledge into action by doing some regular things. Then you're in a whole new aura. You feel good, you feel rejuvenated, you feel ready to go. And what's going to happen, this positive energy that you have accumulated, this bright light that you've accumulated because you've actually taken the time out to chill, which we all should do from time to time. If you ain't chilling, then you ain't cool. Okay, so make sure you got your big coat on because it's cold outside. Okay, but anyway, you're gonna feel great. You're gonna feel great. You're gonna feel very great. And then after that, if you keep doing this over and over and over and over again, highs, lows, balancing at your highs and lows like Alicia Keys. Once you balance at your highs and lows so many times over and over and over again, you're going to continue to invite new opportunities into your life. You're going to continue to get lucky. You're going to continue to feel good about the things that your mom and dad want you to go to school for. You're going to continue to feel good about being a broker, a stockbroker. You don't want to be a stockbroker. You never wanted to be a stockbroker, but your mom was a stockbroker. Your dad was a stockbroker, and it's just in you. Somebody told you to be a stockbroker, and it's just in you. You're going to like the job. You're going to like the job more. You're going to find more enthusiasm out of it. You know what I'm saying? And then over time, you might get a promotion to do something different. You see what I'm saying? It's all about maintaining that energy, but you could have never maintained that energy if you just used straight knowledge and never turned that knowledge into specialized knowledge, or you never turned that intelligence into action for profit. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I'm Trenius Anderson. This is the infamous Living Realm Network, guys. These are divine powers. Thank you so much for speaking up every single day and letting your voice be heard. Speaking up and letting everybody know that you're a Realm Team member, that you're a like-minded individual. We're trying to make ourselves better every day. We're trying to make other people's lives better, and we're trying to make the world a better place, guys. With that being said, in the meantime, I'll see you in the next 24 hours.